Hello, my name is Diana Garcia. I am a high school English teacher. I work with 10, 11, and 12 graders. And I also teach creative thinking in the arts. Most of my students have a English level like B2 English level, and my job is to help them acquire the C1 level, which is like the school's goal or something like that for them to graduate. Okay, well, this course has helped me a lot. Pronunciation is one of the most important parts in English language. You have to be aware of what you're saying. The mispronunciation of a word is like very common for some, like sometimes we just make mistakes, but English have like similar words that when you mispronounce them you get in a embarrassing situation. So pronunciation is essential. I think we as native Spanish speakers are used to say the letters the way they are, like we know the sound and that's how the letters sound, it doesn't matter what. Yes, but in English, no. In English, it's like very different. In English, you may have like more than 70 sounds, with like sounds that we don't have in Spanish. So when we are trying to learn that language and working with the sounds, well, it's difficult for us. We have like five, for example, we have five vowels, and in English we have those five vowels, but the sounds are different. You have long vowels, short vowels, you have front, back, mid. So you have a lot of sounds for those five vowels. You have diphthongs, you have triphthongs, and sounds appears, disappears. We have the silent E, which changes the sound of the word. So all those things and all those sounds matter in English. If you're learning the language, you should be aware of those situations, or the fact that we do have more sounds than the ones that we are used to, and we should have our mind open if we want to learn them. English is a language that is very, very complex, but it is impressive how this complexity makes it like so good, or so I don't know, impressive. The way that you shorten the words, the way that you economize language, it's, I don't know, like you just remove sounds in order to speak faster or in order for you to be more fluent. Like it's great to see all those changes. The sounds that we have, or the positions that we have, which are like some examples: fricative, bilabial, labiodental, affricate, palatal. Well, those are just a few names for the different sounds that you're producing, and that those names are like according to the position of the tongue or the lips or the teeth that you should have in order to make those sounds and to have a better pronunciation. Our sounds in Spanish are like way too strong, like the r, and in English it's like the r. So you need to see like where your tongue should be in order to have that sound, and do not sound like that much Mexican or any other I don't know language they used to speak, and you want to change to another one. Well, the one of the things that you need to work with, it's the position of the muscles you have in your mouth. um, I don't know, let's see. Besides these kind of sounds, we do have some other sounds that are voice or voiceless. Those are not like, well, they don't depend on you, they depend on like the sound itself. Like you don't force those sounds to be voice or voiceless. Those are like natural, but you can identify them. Like you can put your hand in here and you can feel them. For me to work with these sounds was very cool and fun. In my career, like some years ago, I used to have like 6 months working with this, and to see these again, well, it was like so much fun. Um, like remember all those things. This I think is useful sometimes for classes that I have with adults because they need a reference when you talk about like sounds or something. They need to know like specifically like how they are supposed to do it or what you're talking about. But when you work with teenagers, it's very difficult that they keep these sounds or they interested on learning this way because it's like too much to be working with the language and start working with the sounds. It's a lot, so they just don't care. What I use is listening, and I use different people talking, people from different countries, so they can identify different sounds. I play songs and everything, so they can get used to those sounds that we have in English. But I don't use the symbols or the explanation of um, phonetics and phonemes and all those things. I think it's complicated for teenagers, but for some adults or most of them, it is a great reference and it helps them a lot when they have to speak. But one of the things that I was like thinking about while I was like working with this is that it will be pretty cool. Like even though my students are not going to be so much into these, to have them like um, working in one of the songs they listen, maybe they can give me like this transcription from the English lyrics to using like the phonemes and they can identify those symbols, and when they see that in a dictionary they're going to know exactly the sound they have to produce when they are talking, because in the book or in the dictionary whenever you check a new word you have the symbols, and I think it will be great that they can identify them. So I was thinking on this activity, and I think like it will be great to use it with them. Sorry, so they can identify all this. I love the course. I love the way the class was. The activities were so fun, and I think I'm going to apply some of them with my students. Thank you.